All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in to Baby here for Nation.com, your home for everything mother love. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we have our 4th out of 5th NBA power rankings here. So, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys do like, subscribe here to the channel. We are on our way to 100 subscribers. Make sure you guys as well. Make sure you guys go join the Discord. Make sure you guys go hit that notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever we go live or upload a video. So like I said, today we are approaching playoff time in the NBA. We're currently going through our 4th NBA power ranking. So I do appreciate you guys for coming in here. And so let's go ahead and let's dive right into it with the NBA power rankings. All right, so you guys know the deal. We're gonna be climbing up 30 through 32-1. We get the drip, we get the drop, talk, and luck. I don't know if none of that made sense, but if it did, then it did. All right, so without further ado, let's stop messing around and let's begin with the power rankings. So, starting off with team number 30, the worst team in the league. If you're asking me right now, almost with only 5 weeks left to go in the NBA regular season, is the Washington Wizards. Dude, they're just bad. Like, I don't even know how they beat Miami. Like just last game. The Wizards, they had a 14-game losing streak at one point. They did one time. They didn't even win in the month of February. This team looked terrible. They're terrible, and this team is already eliminated from playoff contention. So this was basically a disastrous season for Washington. All right, next up we got number 29. I'm gonna take Detroit, basically in the same situation as Washington is. They're still struggling. The teams hasn't looked that great. They've been on a big losing tear recently. They just, but they won't finish with the worst record in NBA history. I highly doubt it, but yeah, this team is just bad. This team once again is already eliminated from playoff contention. So yeah, this team just really hasn't looked great. All right, next we got number 27. I will take Charlotte right here. Charlotte, they're just not a good team either. They are 0-6 in the last couple games. They were 0-6 at one point during the stretch. They were getting blown out majority of getting blown out. So, just for Charlotte, they're not out of the playoffs just yet. But I just feel like they're like this close away from being eliminated from the playoffs. All right, next up we got number 20. Next up we got number 27. I will take the San Antonio Spurs. Yeah, the Spurs get a little bit of jump for me. Like, this team might have already been eliminated from playoff contention. But one thing that you can say about San Antonio is that they've been playing more competitive ball. They've been playing better basketball as of late. I do respect San Antonio for that reason. So I'll give San Antonio a little bit more props there. This team might have been already eliminated, but this team is playing competitive basketball. All right, next we got 26. I will take Memphis right here to close out the red group. Memphis, this season's just been a national disaster. I know they're not eliminated from playoff contention just yet, but I just feel like there are a few moments away from being eliminated from playoff contention. This team just hasn't looked good. They haven't been really on a stretch. Memphis, they're definitely going to come back, be better next year when they have a job. But right now, this year, it's just not your year. It's not the year. Reset, come back next year. All right, next up we got 26. I'll go with the Trailblazers. Once again, not a good team here. The Blazers were one of the 2 winners teams in February. You can't say that. But this team has looked great, I guess, in the first quarter, and then it just let the leads go in the second quarter. So I can't complain about it, but at the same time, I guess you could. But yeah, the Trailblazers get number 26 for me. They're not. They're pretty bad, but they're not all that great. All right, next we got 24. No, we're at 25, and I'll give it to Utah. Utah's been slipping a little bit. For me, they haven't really looked good in recent weeks that they have been in the past. I don't really like what I've seen out of the Utah Jazz here in recent weeks. But Utah has. I mean, I thought Utah was actually going to make some noise in the Western Conference. Like, but right when they were there with the Warriors, I thought they were actually going to do something, but this team just fell apart and they just never came back to life. All right, next we got 24. I'll go Brooklyn, another team that just think that's struggling, another team that just don't think that has any motivation or rhythm right now. Now, I now this team has been struggling. I don't, and Brooklyn has not looked great offensively or defensively. Um, yeah, I don't like where Brooklyn is right now. They just not have been playing great basketball. All right, next up we got 22. I'll take Atlanta here. No hot take here. I do think Atlanta's still a solid team, but losing Trey Young, that's probably going to cost you a couple games. Your team has not really been that consistent, so I can't really I don't know what to say about Atlanta. Like Atlanta's like one of the few teams I can't say nothing about because I don't know about them, but you just take a look at Atlanta. They just been a little bit inconsistent. Like I said, my Lakers have been inconsistent too, so we'll get into that in a minute. All right, next up we got 20. Where we at? Next up we got 21. I'll take Toronto. I don't think Toronto's the best team out there. I know. Uh, don't beg me on this. I don't think Toronto's the best team. No, they're not. They're not the best team. But I just think that Toronto, I don't know what to say about them either because this is one of the more trigger teams to say about. They're just all over the place. Like they don't know. They'll lose 5 games or win 5 games. So win game 3 games or win 5 games. Like Washington's like all over the place, man. They're all over the damn place. All right, next up at number 20, I'm gonna take Houston right here. Like I say, Houston, one of the worst road record teams in the league, but they do have one of the best home records in the NBA. So I can't really say much. I think Houston's like a little bit right in the middle of the pack team. That's why I got to throw them here in the yellow category. But yeah, I don't think Houston's a bad team. I still think Houston's pretty good, but well, not pretty good. I do think Houston's solid, but yeah, I think we just need to see a little bit more from Houston on the road. All right, next up we got 19. I'll take Chicago right here. In Chicago's actually been playing some pretty better basketball. As it stands, DeMar DeRozan, he's been playing great. Your defense has been picking it up. Now starting to increase in defensive rating. Your offense is starting to look better too, especially with DeMar DeRozan scoring the rock. So I definitely like what I'm seeing. Definitely like what I'm seeing out of the Chicago Bulls. I do think this team does come down with some stretches, but they look at the Bulls. The Bulls don't look that bad. All right, next up we got number 18. No, we got 18. I'm gonna go with the Warriors here. I mean, the Warriors bloating Steph Curry it's probably gonna hurt them a little bit. I mean, it shouldn't shock you for the Warriors fans if they end up in 10th place the way that they are right now. Can't be surprised because they're out of playoff positioning right now, but the Warriors, they stuck around in there. They found their groove a little bit, been on the big winning tear. So I think the Warriors at 17 is an ideal spot. All right, next up we got 17. I'm gonna give it to Indiana here. I'm at 18 for the Warriors. If I did 17, I'm sorry, but 18. I'm gonna. Oh my gosh, 17. I'm gonna give it to Indiana here. Indiana had some bad losses, man. I know they beat some good teams here too now and then, but Indiana they also lost to teams that they should have won. I mean, let's clearly be honest here. They probably should have won against these teams. So, that some of them that they were facing, I thought they were easy wins that they could get by, but yeah, I do think Indiana's number 16. I'm at fifth. I'm at number 17. They do drop a little bit because they win games that they should have won. Next up we got 16. I'm gonna go with my Lakers right here. Lakers, we're still the most inconsistent team in basketball. We still know my guys. We go out here and beat the Bucks, but we lose against San Antonio. Like this team is inconsistent as hell. So I do think the Lakers are about as middle as a pack team as it can be. But we definitely do need a push here. We need to start winning games. We need to start doing whatever we can to win games. And I do think that's what we're going to see out of the Lakers these last couple of weeks. So I do think Lakers right in the middle of the pack, 16 is an ideal spot. All right, next up we got 15. I'm gonna go Philadelphia right here. The injuries are definitely still catching up to them a lot. But anyway, Philadelphia has been struggling at first. Yeah, they've been struggling at first without Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, but But they're still top five. I mean, they're still, they're still in the playing playoffs or the playing tournament. They're still hanging around as best as they could, so I have to give them a little bit credit of that. So I do think I get a little bit of respect, and they get at least 15 out of me. Next, we got 14. I'm gonna give it to Orlando here. Orlando's been playing some really good basketball as of late. They've been playing great. They've been on the heater. I think they won like their last. I think they won like what is it, 9 out of the last 12 games. They really looked effective on that process. So I give props to Orlando. This team has still been playing great. All right, next up we got number 13. I'm gonna go with New York here. Like I said, New York injuries, they're starting to come back to them. Jalen Brunson is now 100% injured right now. Um, yeah, I just think with the Knicks, their injuries are they're kind of like Philadelphia right now. I know they're a really good team deep inside, but injuries are really starting to come back to bite them. All right, next up we got number 12. I'll take New Orleans right here. I still like the Pelicans as a team. I think they've still been playing some good ball. They've been playing some competitive ball, but for the Pelicans, the question is, can they stay healthy? Can they stay healthy throughout the remainder of the season? They had some ugly losses at home these last couple of weeks, but their offense has been looking better. The defense looks more in potential. So, but like I said, and their pieces, they've been in and out. Bi has been out. CJ has been in and out. So you can't really say a lot, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that the Pelicans are definitely a middle pack team. The middle Pelicans get number 12 for me. All right, next up we got number 11. I'm gonna take Sacramento here, and I know Sacramento probably should be a top 10 team right now, but when you look at the Sacramento Kings, that like I said, you could also say the same thing about like Indiana. They've been losing games that they should not be losing, especially at home. You just lost to the Rockets team that Rocket is terrible on the road, and you're one of the best home teams in basketball. I'm not sure how you're losing these games, so I am going to put Sacramento. I do. Its offense is still very explosive. De'Aaron Fox is still explosive. Malik Monk is incredible at the bench. But you guys just got to start winning games that you guys need to win. And as a Lakers fan standpoint, we need you guys to lose as many games as possible for the Lakers can catch you up. But um, but yeah, we Sacramento, you have to start winning some games that you need to win. But I know how good of a team you guys are. Still a really good basketball team. That you guys just need to win some games that you guys are supposed to win. All right, next up we got number 10. Starting with the top 10, I'm gonna go Phoenix here. Definitely starting to find their groove. Grayson now has been terrific for you guys. KD, D Book, they all been fantastic. D Book is dealing with a little bit of injury right now. Wondering how that resolves. Phoenix has the hardest remaining schedule in the NBA, so let's see how Phoenix bounces back off of that. But for right now, they get the number 10. Like their offense has been better, defense has been better. I like what we've been seeing out of Phoenix. They look like a good team again. All right, next up we got number 9. I'll take Dallas here. Dallas has been on a cold stretch, but they recently got some wins to help that out a little bit. Um, I still think Dallas. I still think Dallas has a lot of star power. Especially with Luka. You can never count them out. Luka, Kyrie, PJ Washington. Definitely some really good teams. I met some good players out there, but Dallas, they just been losing some games. I just wasn't expecting to win, which making me, I think, drop him down a little bit. Um, but yeah, the Lakers just got to start putting some games that they're supposed to win. So, I mean, for Dallas, that's just what they got to do. Luka has been incredible this year. He should be an MVP front runner, but that's what I got. All right, next up we got number 8. Number 8 from here, it's just tough. Number 8's just tough, but for number 8, I'm gonna take Miami. Miami's been good. Miami's good off late. I know they're coming off a kind of embarrassing loss to Washington, but Miami's been playing better basketball. Miami's red hot. I think they won like 10 of the last 15 games, 15 or 14 games. This team has been good. They've been incredible. So Miami's just been red hot. Do have to give them some respect. So I do think Miami does now come back into my top 10 teams for the NBA. All right, next up we got number 7. I'm gonna take Cleveland, and the only reason why I am taking Cleveland here is because the Cavs were red hot. They were beating everybody, but now they're starting to cool off a little bit. They're starting to lose some games now that they shouldn't lose, and yeah. So hopefully, but Donovan Mitchell's been out. I can't really blame him 100% for it. So hopefully the Cavs can come back and find their groove again. But I especially when Donovan Mitchell comes back, it's gonna help you guys a lot. But I got you guys number 7. I think you guys just been losing a little bit too much. All right, so starting off number 6. For my number 6, I am going to take the LA Clippers right here for my number 6. Clippers, like I said, dealing some injuries now and then with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. His team is still deadly. They're still really good. I still like all the potential that they have on their team. Especially last game against Milwaukee, they showed a lot of heart of what their bench and what their second unit looks like. So still pretend something to Clippers. I just like where they are, just like where they are. They got a pretty good easy schedule coming up here soon. So I like the Clippers. I like the Clippers where they're at. All right, now we got 1 through 5, and I don't know why that says 6, but anyway, there we go. All right, so starting off with the top 5 best teams in basketball, and kicking off number 5 will be the Milwaukee Bucks. This team is still dangerous. Dame is not going anywhere. Dame's actually been shooting lights out of the basketball. Giannis looks good. Their defense has been picking up ever since the All-Star break, except for a couple games against the Lakers. I think they allowed a whole bunch of points, but besides that, their defense has been looking really good. Giannis has been looking sharp. Like what I've been seeing out the whole team, offense has been good, leading through Giannis. Dame's been catching the shots. I like what I'm seeing from the Bucks. I really do, and they're starting to climb up for me. All right, next up we got number 4. I'm gonna take Minnesota here, and I would put Minnesota higher than this, but the only reason I'm not going to is because I know Minnesota's a good team. They're still one of the best teams in the Western Conference, but the question is, how's that injury with Karl Anthony Towns going to affect them? Is it going to increase them, or is it going to bother them? We'll find out here. Shortly. But Timberwolves, they get number 4 for me. They definitely get number 4. But this team is still great. Don't get me wrong. This team is still great. All right, next up we got number 3. I'm gonna take OKC here. Definitely a very fun young team to watch. Josh Giddey's been good. SJ should be one of the MVP front runners here. I like what I'm really seeing for OKC. Like, if they can perform like this in the playoffs, which is my only concern for OKC, can they do this in the playoffs since they've never had that experience? This team is still really good. They're still really good. They're one of the best entertaining teams in the league. I like to see OKC a lot. So, do they get number 3 from being bet? Number 2 goes to the Denver Nuggets. Denver looks good. They look like the reigning defending champs. They look like the champs. So definitely give credit to the Nuggets. The Nuggets look like the Nuggets again. I've been playing some defending champion basketball, and that's basically what we have been seeing since the All-Star break. I think they only lost like 1 game since the All-Star break too. And then number 1, unfortunately, I have to say this, but it's the Boston Celtics. I mean, the Celtics are the best team in basketball. They have the best record in basketball by a large margin now. This team has been terrific. They've been amazing. So, yeah, give credit to Boston. All their star power that they have on their team is just incredible. So, yeah, so give credit to the Celtics. And they have a road stretch coming up, so let's see how they do then. But anyway, guys, that's going to end it for today's video. Make sure you guys do like, subscribe right here to the channel. I'm going to go ahead and hop off and get this thing edited so you guys can watch it on time. This is Big here, side off MillerNation.com. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Peace out. We'll see you guys in the next video.